I really missed the pre-program slide. Oh, I got a viewer. Hi. Hello. How are you? Yep, it's me again, Tobias the Adequate, here with yet another in a series of irregular and erratic Troubadork shows. And yes, we are going to try and do this on a semi-regular basis. He said, trying very hard to rearrange a bunch of random pieces of equipment on his very tiny work surface using his fancy new iMac. That's right, I have a fancy new iMac. And we will be doing that here and doing this here, hopefully about every other week or so. So, hi, hello to my one viewer, whoever you may be, you glorious, wonderful person, you. We are going to do a bunch of things. We're going to do some catching up because it's been a couple of weeks. We are going to talk about some upcoming gigs and stuff which has been confirmed, which I'm all very happy about. The release of yet another book of random nonsense, and some other things too, I think. Somewhere around here. Probably. So, let me see here. I'm just going to take a look. It looks like Streamlabs is still doing its job properly, which is good. This is literally the second time I've ever used Streamlabs chat. And theoretically, some things will work. There's a chat box that's supposed to happen here, but I have my doubts as to whether or not it will actually do anything. It's still up in the air. I know that it'll reflect YouTube, and it will reflect Twitch. I don't know if it'll do Facebook yet or not. It's not that smart. I'm not that smart. I really haven't spent a lot of time with it. We'll get there. There is no custom theme yet because, well, there's no custom theme. We've been busy. And, well, it's just a bunch of random stuff that's happening, you know, very much like every other time I have ever done this, to be frank. Now, I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm going to go ahead and hop over onto my book face so that I can see whether or not the person who is watching is actually watching on the book face, because, hey, why not? There will be eventually probably streams and themes and stuff like that. Maybe. Hey, Lisa. There you are. Okay. So we still have an official, like, there is no actual live feed for the chat in the... Well, I can see you here. I can see you on the thingy over here, but I can't see you on the box over here, which annoys me. We will get through it. I'm almost certain of that. Let's start with something that I know and I've done a lot, and then we'll do some other things that I haven't done. And we are actually going to debut at least one new song in this feed. And it's a song that has some roots back in 2016. So we'll see what happens there. Yeah. Oh, trim my nails, man. You know, if I don't trim my nails every so often when I'm doing this plucking, it grabs hold of one of the strings and just gives it a really hard twang. Like that. Really? I don't want to trim my nails on screen. That'd be weird. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's 4 foot taller, and he's got brown or sandy hair. And he has a hat and tankard, and he wears these great big boots. And he wanders around in a loincloth or one of them doublet suits. I can tell this is already going to drive me absolutely bonkers, but it's mostly my poor technique. Do Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's a unique individual, no one else can compare. For he always sings or juggles as he goes about the town, and he always has a great big sword that ought to narrow it down. We'll just pretend the twangs are actually intentional and deliberate, yeah? Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? If you saw him coming down the lane, you'd have to stop and stare. Don't recall if it's pickles, pretzels, or if it's popcorn that he sells. You can hear him coming from a mile away on account that he wears bells. More irritating than a 3-year-old with a maraca. Promise. Do you know my friend from Fair? Do you know my friend from Fair? He's the coolest guy in all the world, I truly do declare. If you saw my pal in person, then you'd know of whom I speak, for he dresses like a pirate. Now isn't that unique? Yep. Pirate. With pointy ears. Elf pirate. And gossamer wings, fairy elf pirate, and a kilt. Scottish fairy elf pirate. And horns. Demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And fangs. Vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. Goggles with gears on them. Steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. And big furry boots. Barbarian steampunk vampire demon Scottish fairy elf pirate. I'm very proud of that. And a foxtail. Nobody knows why. Do you know my friend from Fair? I think I saw him over there. His name is Wolf or Hawk or Raven, or I think it might be Bear. Well, we've never met outside of Fair, but I'm sure he'll be along. Hey, wait a minute. I'm talking about you. I guess I'll end this song. There we go. I added a little fillip on the end of that. So there we have it, the very first song, and a very clear indication that I'm going to have to do something I didn't think I would ever have to do live on stage. Fortunately enough, my hands are out of the shot, so it's not going to be that obvious. I have been getting a series of bookings. Yes, it can happen. Dreams can come true. I am living proof. And these bookings are for conventions for the most part, although I am now officially, very definitely officially, a part of Steampunk November, and that's in November, the weekend of November 13th, and the Troubadork show will be coming to you live, despite popular demand, in Mansfield, Texas, very close to Venus, Texas. Then I also have been booked for this coming 2 weekends from now, as a matter of fact. August 14th and 15th is Hill Country Comic-Con in New Braunfels, Texas. I will be doing that. I will also be doing San Japan in September. I will also be doing the Sherwood Forest Celtic Gathering, which is the weekend before San Japan in September, out at Sherwood Forest Fair. I'll just be doing Saturday, so I won't be there Friday night, but I will be there during the day on Saturday. I'm going to be at the Three Celestials stage, swapping out with the Dublin Harpers, which means I get to play the music that I played at Sherwood Forest Fair that one time when I was covering for Madman Maverick because he wasn't able to make his stage, and I covered between Lady Prudence and Judas and can't remember her name now. And the mind reading show, basically Judas's mind reading show, which is pretty awesome. If you ever have a chance to catch him doing his mind reading set, he only does it once a day when he's doing festivals, and it's usually late in the day. So it's definitely worth checking out. He does a very good job of it. It's quite impressive indeed. But I will, in fact, be for all of those, and for the San Antonio Furry Invasion, I am booked for Friday, 6 p.m., which tells me they didn't have a lot of other stuff going on Friday at 6 p.m. And that's okay, because I'm known to be known. I'm also known as Plus Opening Act. So that's all right for that. So these things are going on, man. Artisanal Gibberish, Book 2, which looks like this, only with a 2 on it. Hey, Lisa, how you doing? will be out in August 16th. I will actually be trying to get some copies of 2 to take with copies of 1 to Hill Country Comic-Con so that I can sell them there when I'm doing my goofy little show. Now, I should do another song, I think. Because I can actually hear Lisa behind me as if we were at Pub Sing going, "You should do another song!" Yes, we should do another song. Just chill out. Hey, Jen. I'm pretty jazzed about the whole thing. It's strange to see it all work, but it's also kind of, it's satisfying to see it all work. I want to do something slightly different from that. Last time I did an entire Finland set. I am going to be definitely doing one of those songs. I've got basically an hour to kill here with y'all. I want to do... What do I want to do here? There's so many now. It startles me just how many of these dang songs I've written. I think I want to sing... Oh, this song is redundant, this song is. This verse sounds like the other one because that's what it is. There's many songs that sound this way, but this song is the most because this song is redundant of its redundancy almost. Oh, this song is redundant, this song is. This verse sounds like the other one because that's what it is. There are many songs that sound this way, but this song is the most because the song's redundant of its redundancy almost. I'll stop there. Basically, that's the one verse for that song. That's also called Killing Time. We don't need to... Banter is good. I am a banter-based life form. And folks, I got to tell you right now, getting out among other people has reminded me just how many banter-based life forms there are out there and how many of us aren't quite. Banter-based life forms or prepared to deal with those of us, or as we like to call ourselves, extrovert Americans. It just gets weird sometimes because you get, for those of us who are banter-based life forms, it just starts and it just rolls. It's part of the 30-year conversation. It just can go on and on forever. With other folks, you can say something, especially if you're wearing a mask, because it's amazing how many people actually rely upon the lower half of your face to convey actual words. Whether or not they can hear or process sound, this part here just immediately turns everybody kind of like puts it all on mute mode, which is bizarre. So, I don't need a new version of Evernote right now. I'm in the middle of a live stream, okay? My technology, it heckles me. So you have to speak clearly and enunciate. As I have told my co-workers, all of whom in the IT department are hard of hearing, I might add, I can either talk so everybody can hear me, or I can talk so everybody can hear me. It's one of those things. Let's do... I didn't even write down the songs that I did this last time, so I really am just kind of winging it here. I'm not sure what all I'm doing, but I'm going to try and do it anyway, because, it's just the way that it works. Lisa, I'm actually using the microphone built in to the iMac. Isn't that weird? The color on the camera, the camera is the iMac's built-in FaceTime camera. Although it looks like it's in a sepia tone, it's actually because almost all of the light sources in this room have a parchment-colored lampshade. He came from a tiny village just outside of Aberdeen, and his face, it was not noble, and his clothes, they were not clean. Sung with unjustifiable grandeur. But there's often been a hero, we'll get there, who has come from such a start. Norman Festus wasn't one of them. He was neither brave nor smart. There are heroes myths and legends. I'm very proud. That are known throughout the land. I've only had it for a couple of months, this iMac. But the dreaded peasant Festus was not that man. There are some men bound for glory, bound for riches or for fame, and among that roll code you will not find Festus's name, for his voice it was not noble, nor his bearing very fine, and he towered over no one at the height of 4'9". There are heroes, myths, and legends that are known throughout the land, but the dreaded peasant Festus was not that man, but from lowly circumstances some men rise among the rest. Not that Festus ever tried hard, well, that there is just my own guess. But in noble battles some men can achieve beyond compare, and on the battlefield of Hastings our man Festus was not there. There are heroes, myths, and legends that are known throughout the land, but the dreaded peasant Festus was not that man. Thoughtful part. There are legendary figures. That's right, I said it, figures. Doomed to fade away obscure. And our peasant Festus suits that. At least we think we're pretty sure. There is not much known as Festus. Peasantry builds little pride. Matter of fact, all that we're sure of, well, we're all pretty sure he died. There are heroes, myths, and legends that are known throughout the land, but the dreaded peasant Festus was not that man. Ole. I'm trying to end the songs not quite as abruptly as I frequently do, because people have a tendency to go, what? Oh, it's done? And if I'm doing that in front of a live audience, you need to give them an indicator. For a while I was thinking that what I would do is I would go, hey, after every song, hey! And it's shot, hey! So that folks would know it was done. And also because it's folk music, and you can end folk music with, hey! At any time. I don't know, we're making it up as we go along, which is actually part of a whole nother song. The dreaded vampire. And if Festus didn't die, we could write ballads about the dreaded vampire peasant Festus. Oh dear, Jen. That's many bad ideas all in one big box. At some point, I will figure out why this dang chat box doesn't work with Facebook. It should. That's one of the things that I actually paid for, was to actually have a live chat box over here. Your Patreon patron bucks have gone to getting me an annual subscription for Streamlabs, with all that entails, including all of the fancy special filters and fancy special themes, and the fact that I can now send to a whole bunch of different streams all at once. There's a part of me that's seriously considering trying to throw this stuff out to Reddit as well, because Reddit is a vast, deranged wasteland that I've made a very small name for myself in, because I managed to post one thing to Technically the Truth and get over 15,000 likes for it. Upvotes. It was very strange. My life is very strange. Let's be honest about this. Seltzer. So, it is now the 1st of August. This would be... Well, this is not a non-commute show, so I would just call this random Troubadorkery for a while until we get it to an actual schedule. This was announced on the Renaissance Stream Guide, thanks to the lovely Lady Gwendolyn, who I know because I actually shared a stage with the Steel Sisters in 2012 back at Texas Renaissance Festival. They were very entertaining, and Gwendolyn has since gone on to do her own thing. I have not yet actually seen her show. This is one of the perils of actually doing Renaissance festivals as a performer, is the number of things you can actually watch while you're out there diminishes a lot because you spend a lot of time on time. I don't commute on Sundays either. Yes, indeed. And Jen says, I live to serve. And I'm okay with all of this answer. That's some very interesting little thingies here. I really wish this box would work. There's a box, and it's right in this area right here that is supposed to reflect chat. And it's not. That irritates me. Now, if you're actually watching this on Facebook, you can see all the chat there. If you're not watching us on Facebook, my interaction with folks is a mystery, clearly. A couple other things that are happening. We are rearranging the house. I have carried 3 chairs downstairs since last week. And I've discovered that carrying big old club chairs upstairs on your head works really well. Carrying big old club chairs downstairs while balanced precarious on your head, not so much. However, we do have gravity and carpet on our side, so I was able to get everything down without, dying. Which is good, because we have a friend of ours that's going to be hanging out with us, crashing at our place for 3 nights in the coming week. We get to actually open the house up to other people again. I'm slightly concerned by that. I mean, there's some other folks who have actually been here during this whole thing, but that's because we know we got our shots, they got their shots, and we have been doing our best to avoid the plague like the proverbial plague. Fernando. Segways? Don't believe in them. 8 little eyes and 8 little legs and 1 heart big as a tree. This tiny, valiant, jumping spider is a boon companion to me. Fernando, Fernando, the jumping spider. He's friendly. He doesn't want to make you cry, to scream, shout, or to bellow. When he leaps up and lands on your shirt, he just wants to say, hello! Fernando, Fernando, the jumping spider. He's friendly. He is just looking for an amigo, he don't want to make you cry. But when he leaps up and says, hola, you might just scream really high. Fernando, Fernando, the jumping spider. Ain't friendly! Fernando. One of my goals is to have enough people familiar with some of these songs that when I perform them live, they know the gags, like that one right there with Fernando, and will in fact all scream, "It's friendly!" at the right time, thus startling the hell out of everyone around and making them wonder what the heck happened there. I am seriously pondering making a Fernando button. My current theory on it would be that we would, in fact, rather than, I've had some discussion about it, rather than having a photorealistic or even an illustration style quality drawing of Fernando, what I really want in my world is quite literally something like this. That's it. Only I would actually make Fernando smaller. So the little teeny tiny little bitty drawn spider on this big 2.5-inch button, and it just says Fernando the jumping spider. He's friendly. And let everybody worry what that actually entails. That's going to be one of the buttons that I am going to be making for Hill Country Comic Con. I'm also going to be making a Defenestration Ya button, and yes, we're going to get to that song in a little bit. It's an hour. I've got time. This being the middle of it, I think this might be the time to bring up, checking the other thing, bring up a brand new world premiere Troubadork song. That's right, folks. In 2016, I posted a one-off gag to Facebook, as I often do, where something just funny hits my head and I go, you know what? I'm going to post this. And we talked about, where I mentioned, the lesser known and less understood game of the seafaring wizarding world known as Squidditch. That's right, Squidditch. Squidditch. I thought we were done. We were not done. Not only were we not done, weirdly, but not only were we not done, he said. Let's see if I can pull this trick off. I'm going to leap into studio mode where I'm going to attempt, God help us everyone, to pull up a picture somewhere that I can then place on the screen. We are doing this live because we have no shame, no planning, and we are literally making this up as we go along. That has all that. It just doesn't have Squidditch on it. Well, what the heck good is that then, Matthew? Come on. Let me see if I can find it here. We're going to attempt to find Squidditch. But you see, Michael drew this one cartoon, and that was fantastic. And then, not only did Michael draw this one cartoon, but other people started coming up with rules for the international rules of Squidditch. This was posted in 2016. And consequently, I'm literally, while I'm talking, I'm literally flailing through my everything here trying to find the bloody thing, which is just, the way that it works around here. And consequently, no, not Quidditch, Squidditch. I love Facebook says searching for Quidditch? No. Searching for Squidditch. I found it. Now let's see if save the picture. I'll put the picture in with the pictures. Yes, I shall. And he made this really cool pencil sketch based on my madness, which I will now endeavor to hook up on the screen here. We will see what happens if I can pull this trick off. Add source. New source. I want to add a new source instead. That's right. Name it. Because we came up with a bunch of rules. Because really, it was funny because we were clearly making rules for a game which is basically about a bunch of drunk sailors throwing squid at each other on flying brooms. Now, having established that, resize that. I'm just going to drop it over here. That's what I'm going to do. Now, can I make this go over there? That's my question. I don't know if I can. I honestly don't. What if I turn myself off of studio mode? Hey, it's there! So this picture right here, which is clearly, and by the way, and Michael's verified this is my wife Amy on the broom in front, and me in the broom in back, and she is gleefully flinging a live squid at my face. And the expression on the squid's face pretty much covers it. Oh God, here we go. So, we wrote up a bunch of rules, and I've actually asked Michael for a inked up version, no pun intended. We're going to do two things. One, we're going to do it in ink, and two, we're going to do it so that they're on mops rather than brooms, because mops are more, you're on a ship, you got mops. And please don't sue me. And then we're seriously considered making buttons and an actual t-shirt, Squidditch t-shirt, bearing the 10 official rules, international rules for Squidditch on the back, which I might try to con T-Fury or something into doing. Having said all of that and wasted that much time, I now feel it's time for me to actually play the damn song, because, you know, it's a music show. It's a 3-chord wonder. There are valiant wizards the world around who seek and block and fly, but those wizards fly above the ground, they drop too fast, they die. Us sailing wizards have a game that's grand from start to finish. I speak, of course, of the legendary seafaring game of Squidditch. When I do this live, I'm going to put my hand up, goes, and everybody's going to yell Squidditch at the end of it, because that's the only way I can get to put the actual song title in the song as often as possible, because you try ramming Squidditch! Squidditch! Oh, mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum mid, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with a squid. Load up on rum and bring your chum, shine up your flying mop, for the game is played from dusk till dawn until all the sailors drop. No points are scored, no number board will tell you if you've won, but if all of us are in the drink, I guess the game is done. Squidditch! Oh, mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try and score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum mid, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with a squid. A game of skill and daring, it calls for all your wit and luck. If you see a cephalopod fly by, well, I'd suggest you duck, for you have to stay upon your mop, and that takes all your wits. For a squid will try to French kiss just whatever it is. No beak, no beak, no beak. Squidditch! Ugh, no beak. Well, mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum mid, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with a squid. We swoop and dive and spin and strive and carrying into space, 'cause you never know when you'll end up with a squid stuck to your face. The peril here is very real, and that, my friend, is that. For a sailor's game time's ending with a damp, resounding splat, followed by cursing and bubbling. Squidditch! How mount your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to blood your sternum mid, and you also have the chance to belt your best friend with the squid. Fun for the whole family. It's been a blast, done far too fast, we all are in the drink, and you cannot tell whose team is which because of all the ink. It's a squid. Well, I guess that means our game is through. The squid has swum away. Let's clean up ourselves and go dry off and brag about the day. Did you see when Brian got hit in the face with a squid? Classic. Squidditch! Oh! Bounce your mops and soar above the briny waves so blue. We flit and fly and drink and try to score a point or two. No puny ball would have the gall to bludge your sternum mid. And you also have the chance to belch your best friend with a squid. You also have your chance to belch your best friend with a squid. You better off and take that chance. Belch your best friend with a squid. Squidditch! Drink. You know, now that I think about it, I think putting in a, that's right, El Caramale de Amore, get off me. For those of you who are not involved in the world-famous Scarborough Pub Sing, from 2014 to 2017, 2018? It's 2018, I could be wrong. Well, when we discussed the price for the songbooks, it was always, first there are songbooks that are available for £5, to which everyone would say 5 squid, gesture squid, pantomime squid, which inevitably started getting stuck to my face because I'm standing in the middle of all of these lunatics, and I dubbed it Il Calamare di Amore. And now you know. The more you know. Rainbow. Oh, hide the Squidditch. Hey, it worked. Okay. Eventually I will have all of this. It's still a thing. I can personally, yes. Now you see the role of he who gets a squid stuck to his face repeatedly during the pitch has fallen to Kay, who says it is still a thing. I can personally attest to this. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much buy that. Wow, so, I'm curious now. View your live stream in a web browser. Yeah, why not? It's going to show me my book face. Here's my book face. Yeah, alright. I wonder if I'm on the YouTubes. I'm actually curious because, I can do this stuff. And one of the reasons that I do it like this is because we had people say, hey, I don't always use Facebook. So I've been putting it on various and sundry. Let me see if I'm... Yep, it's actually someone's watching me right now from there. Hot damn, that's good. That is actually very encouraging. Show me my book face? Yeah, my book face, yeah. Doppler shift. Okay, we're going to pause that now. Oh my gosh. So, this is very cool. I'm very much enjoying this. This, what will become kind of a bi-weekly Troubadourk show. When I have live shows, I will do my best to record them. I cannot guarantee the quality of the recording. I'll be honest with you. But I will do my best to record them, and I will do my best to then share these recordings with y'all, probably mostly on YouTube because they let me upload stuff. Facebook lets me upload stuff, but it's kind of weird. Twitch only has a 2-week memory, so, or a memory of 2 weeks. It's not that the memory is weak, it's just 2 weeks of me. Leah is the one getting the squid stuck to her face? Poor dear. You are the one, Kay is the one saying the words. So in short, Kay is the one inciting the thing. Excellent, I'm always happy about that. There was one weekend where, as part on the long weekend for Scarborough this year, that myself and Jen both showed up, and we both kind of got wrangled into doing the pub sing one more time. And it's something to... I miss it. I really do. I miss that madness. I am not sure I miss that madness enough to do it for free based in San Antonio as I am. However, in the event that I ever actually do hit the lottery, freaking there, man. I'll just rent an apartment, quit my day job. I don't care. I am now officially, at 54 years old, I'm now officially in the enthusiastic amateur portion of our program. But that was Squidditch, and yes, there will be Squidditch buttons and t-shirts and stuff, and we will have that song. I'm very happy with that song, actually. I'm having played it now, I feel a lot better about it, honestly. I was a little concerned. I am working on a couple of other songs, one of which is the Anthem for Adults, which is basically how we're all making it up as we go along. And I think I should do another song and a different song, and a song that, what do I want to, you know, I don't know what I want to end with here, but I do know that I want to go to a slightly different kind of vibe. And since Kay is here, I practically have no excuse, practically no excuse, I might add, practically no excuse to not do. I have practically no excuse to not do a song which I have not done for a while. That is a really, really, really awkward, that's an awkward phrase, isn't it? But because I know that I am now doing multiple anthropomorphic fandom conventions, I also know that I can play this one because I like imagining that I can hear Kay make the squee noise, which I know he is likely to make when I do this one. Platypus postman, platypus postman, there it is. Neither rain nor snow, nor heat nor fail will make the platypus postman fail. Even in a flood, he is still not stuck, for the platypus postman swims like a duck. Platypus postman, platypus postman, platypus postman. I forgot the words. Wait, I will cheat. I'm not above cheating. I know, right? It's been a while. It's just one of those things. There you go. Platypus postman, I'm old. Even through the mud they can't be beat. Yeah, they never sink because of their webbed feet. There we go. Not a dog will chase him or leave a mark, cause the hounds are too darn confused to bark. Everybody! Platypus postman, platypus postman. In the gloom of night he'll safely walk, cause the platypus postman glows in the dark. Science! It's the darndest thing that you've ever seen, for the postman's bioluminescent green, like a glow stick. Platypus postman, platypus postman. In the coldest rain they won't demur, they're protected by their thick coarse fur. Of all the post carriers on the scene, only one of them is a monotremes. I love rhyming that. Platypus postman, platypus postman, platypus postman, platypus postman. Believe in the platypus postman. He's got my mail. Platypus postman. Still with a pretty ending, even though I forgot the bloody song one verse in. I'm getting old. So yeah, Platypus postman, always still very happy. You know, eventually I'm just going to have all the dang pictures here, and I'm just going to turn them on and turn them off. And then I will eventually figure out how to make the stream deck do that, and that means I have to, like, do structure again. When I had OBS running, I had structure. I had 4 scenes for songs, and I had a pre-show scene, a post-show scene, and a random gibbering scene, and then all the commercial stuff. I have none of that right now. Nor have I actually taken the time to set it all up, because it's been busy. But yeah, we are on my iMac, which is a 24-inch green iMac, because it's green, because magic is green. Green. It's a concept. Everything that I do at fair that involves anything that I consider to be kind of magical is green. It's just one of those things. We are going to do 2 or 3 more songs, I think. I think so. I'm still not entirely certain what the last song is going to be. But I'm open to suggestions. I do know that I want to do Defenestration Ya, which I have been told that Defenestration Ya, where did the Platypus Postman come from? Well, the Platypus Postman came from this cartoon right here, called Cat's Cafe, which can be found anywhere on the interwebs. They have a presence on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I think, Snapchat probably. It's a wholesome, very supportive, lovely cartoon, webcomic. And Kay pointed that, the Cosmic Platypus Postman. Well, the Cosmic Platypus Postman is clearly the avatar of well-meaning but possibly confused-looking people. Because platypi are basically what happens when you've got a project due in 2 hours and you're just trying to get it done before you get to the classroom. But the platypi are so remarkably versatile and, let's be honest, adorable. If you've ever seen a baby platypus, there are very few things on this planet that are just that. The comic Platypus Postman. Why do you say, yeah, I don't know, the cosmic, I like Cosmic Platypus Postman, why not? But yeah, Cat's Cafe is the webcomic. I found them because Kay pointed them out to me on Facebook. If you look up Cat's Cafe, you will find them. And the Platypus Postman is just one of a series of characters that came out. And this comic here came out right at the beginning of lockdown, which we may be going to again if we can't get people to frickin'... We're not going to get angry. We're not going to get angry. We're going to do everything we can to make sure that stuff works as much as we can, and we're going to support each other on it because we're still in the middle of this unprecedented times thing. Ooh. I know I'm going to do next. Yeah. I'm going to do a song I have barely done, but which I'm very happy with. This is still technically a work in progress. But, those of you who have ever played a game... Thank you, Teppo. Yeah. That involves things on a table. You'll know this one. It was a day unlike any other. It was pinned down, surrounded, all out of options. Didn't know what to do. They all looked at me. And I really figured it out. I had a realization. I knew exactly what I had to do. I got out my lucky dice to see me through. Lucky dice know what to do. I got out my lucky dice to save the day. They won't fall off of the table or screw things up in any way. I got out my lucky dice. Saving them up for just such an occasion. There they were, sparkly, shiny, pristine. Rolled them a few times just to get the bad numbers out, and there they were, waiting for that one roll, that critical hit, change everything. Grabbed in my hands, gave him a shake. Everybody watching I knew what I had to do. I got out my lucky dice to save the day. They won't ever forget me. They won't run away. I got out my lucky dice, gave 'em a flick. I got my naturals. I know that they'll do the trick. I got out my... It was silent. We all looked at him, staring, trying to do the math in my head. The GM peered over his screen. You can see him counting. His lips were moving. And he looked up at me and said, "Man, those dice suck. God don't like my lucky dice. They did not save the day. I scooped them up, opened the door, and then I threw them away. I threw out my lucky dice, so stupid piece of crap. I spent way too much money on them, and now everyone's gonna laugh. I threw out my... It's okay. It's okay. I got another character sheet. Right here in my pocket. Yeah. That's my backup character. You know? I feel good about him. The stats rolled real good. He did. You know why? I rolled with my lucky dice and saved the day. They won't ever forget me, won't let me feel betrayed. I got out my lucky dice and made a brand new shtick. I put a Roman numeral 2 after the name, and that ought to do the trick with my lucky dice. Yeah, I did. This ain't my original character. It's just his revenge sworn kid. The absurdity of my position is not lost upon me. We have officially got to the point now where the comments is far enough down that I actually have to scroll to make sure I haven't missed anything. Oh my gosh, how are we? Wow, I think we're almost there. We are almost there. And I think that it does come... I would like to do now what became kind of the official end of the week song for us when I was doing the daily, almost daily Troubadour show. And this one really does call for two very important things. One of which is... rolling out of the camera shot! I'm fine. No, don't do that. Put that down. It's not... Don't put your mouth on that. Roll back into the shot. It calls for a festive hat. Und... We retune. We tune because we like you. It calls for a festive hat. Und... an almost unjustifiable Bavarian accent, yeah. Now, those of you who know what is coming, I have talked with the Master of Defense, Oscar Hasselhoff, and he has said that due to an unfortunate territorial dispute, he does not currently have any copies of his incredibly useful Manual of Defense. I am working with him and a few other people to assemble all of the bits of type that we need to print copies of this very useful Manual of Defense, and when this happens, we will soon have them again. And yeah, we will now sing a happy little tale, children. A tale of gambling, drunkenness, und defenestration, ja. Sing along with me, won't you? I was gambling in Helsinki, down upon mine luck. Oh, a lot to these big Flemish guys, I felt that I was stuck. I thought I was a goner, sure surrounded by mine foes. Then I remembered Hasselhoff, and he solved all mine woes. For he invented the Hasselhoff maneuver, against which, if done properly, there is no defense. It goes like this. Just grab them by the crotch and then throw them out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blue. Just grab them by the crotch and then throw them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. Well, I made my way out of there and I fled down to the bar. I happily sipped lager, maybe 2 or 15 jars. Some massive Swedish mercenary spoke ill of my ma. I did not think I could escape this peril quite unscarred. Once then I remembered I had the Hasselhoff Manual of Defense with me. It had a bookmark in it and everything. I said, wait one moment. And I looked up the maneuver, put the bookmark back, put it back in my pocket. All right, we're good. Lay on. And I grabbed him by the crotch and then throw him out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blow. Just grab them by the crotch and then throw them out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. I had gathered quite a crowd by the great feat I did perform. I ordered me another round, for I had grown quite warm. When time to pay the bill came, pleased for credit were all scorned. And so I tried to stand mine ground, mine fate was quite forewarned. For it determined that due to a terrible lack of inter-country violence, Oscar Hasselhoff, German master of defense, had been hired temporarily as a bouncer in this very bar in Helsinki. I was thrilled. I said, oh, guten Abend, Master Hasselhoff, Sie geht's? Would you please sign my pamphlet? It took a moment for us to find a crayon, and he very carefully signed his name. I was so thrilled. Then he grabbed me by the crotch, and he threw me out the window. Well, that was darned effective, I thought, as I was passing through. He grabbed me by the crotch, and they threw me out the window. Yes, it seems defenestration works on me as well as you. Everyone sing, yeah? Grabs him by the crotch and then throws him out the window. A lovely way to get above whatever makes you blow. Just grabs him by the crotch and then throws him out the window. It's amazing what a little flick of wrist and arm can do. Grabs him by the crotch and throws him out the window. Available wherever violent books are sold. Oh, speaking of hats.
It's been denuded.
Ah, my friends, this is the original Tobias hat. The original Tobias hat had a green band on it and did not actually have this shape when I first got it. This hat is older than many of the people watching this feed right now. Suddenly you can see the comment. Yeah, the comments on the left were coming up for Twitch, but not for Facebook, which is weird. But this hat is being officially retired. I don't know what we're going to do with it. I'm thinking about putting it in a case or something. I don't know. But we have a new hat coming. A new straw hat. Roughly the same shape and size. And just as ridiculous. Probably more so. The hat starts out this shape. And then it gets sillier. Indeed, indeed. We have come to the end of my time. I want to thank y'all for hanging out with me. Patreon.com/theadequate is the Patreon feed. PayPal.me/theadequate is the PayPal tip jar. There's also a link for supporting the stream via Streamlabs because they put that on everything. And I want to thank all the folks who've hung out with me here today and also in the past. Y'all have been absolutely wonderful. We will do this about every other week or so, depending on what kind of programs and progress we make. Yeah. Don't worry, Lisa. I am singing it in an outrageous Bavarian accent, so it's okay. Do not worry. If you listen to it again, you will begin to hear. It is a grand song of drunkenness, gambling, und defenestration. Yeah. We will do this again in another couple of weeks. Probably next week there will be a Ask Philo podcast released unto the wild again. I'm kind of alternating those two right now. And Artisanal Gibberish Book 2, which will look a lot like this one, only with a 2 on it and have different words in it, will be coming out in the middle of August, right around the time of Hill Country Comic Con. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you for hanging out with me. Without y'all there, what I'm doing here would be even harder to justify. I have no graceful way to go out on this, so I'll just say y'all have been wonderful. I continue to be Tobias the Adequate, silly hats and all. And I thank you all for encouraging my behavior. We'll see you next time. Feel free to leave more comments. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your neighbors. The replays will be up on Facebook and Instagram, Facebook and